God's advice today. Have you ever felt that God is trying to speak to you, yet in the busyness of life, His signs go unnoticed? This message invites you to pause, reflect, and open your heart. Perhaps this is exactly what you needed to hear today. Watch until the end with openness, and if these words touch you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to receive more messages like this. Don't forget to check the pinned comment for a 1-minute prayer and a recommended message to help strengthen your faith even more. God said, "My son, before you even take a deep breath to try to understand the weight of the thoughts that have been pressing on you, I am already walking through the deepest regions of your soul, searching what even you cannot explain. I see when your chest tightens without reason, when silence becomes too heavy, when emptiness tries to convince you that nothing exists beyond this pain. But I tell you, heaven is leaning toward you now. You are standing at the edge of a transformation so deep that even your fears will bow before my voice. Do you feel ready for a profound change in your life and in the lives of those you love? Sometimes all it takes is a small step of faith to open the doors of abundance, peace, and blessings that I have already prepared for you. A simple 1-minute prayer can become the beginning of a spiritual journey that transforms your inner world and reflects on the outside. If you want to attract more light, balance, and prosperity, both spiritual and material, click on the link in the first comment. There you will find a simple practice, lovingly guided, that will help you connect more deeply with my presence in your life. This urgency burning in your chest is not confusion, it is the sign of my spirit moving, preparing the soil of your life for a harvest greater than anything you have ever imagined. You think you are alone, but you are accompanied every minute by my hand sustaining what you can no longer carry. I am opening your spiritual eyes to perceive what was once invisible, awakening discernment, courage, and a new sensitivity to hear my direction. My son, do not fear. What looks like chaos today is the beginning of your rebuilding. As it is written, "For nothing is impossible with God." Luke chapter 1 verse 37. That is why I tell you, the impossible is beginning to move in your favor, and nothing can stop what I have already determined for your life. Comment, I trust in God's love, He is my refuge. My son, let me explain something you have not yet fully understood. Every spiritual restlessness you felt in these past days is not a sign of loss, it is a sign of preparation. Every time your heart was shaken, I placed my hand over you, and even if you did not notice, I was rearranging things around you, closing doors that no longer served you and strengthening roots that the winds of life tried to tear out. You are not being pressured to give up, you are being shaped to bloom. When you feel everything changing too fast, it is because I am accelerating your process. Nothing you lost was part of my final plan. Nothing that left was essential for the destiny I wrote for you. I am making you see how strong you are, how capable you are, and how my presence remains constant even when your world seems out of control. Do not fear the new, my son. It does not come to destroy you, but to reveal you. The peace you seek will not come from what you try to control, but from what you surrender into my hands. Comment, I surrender my heart to God's care. My son, today I prepare you for something your natural eyes still cannot comprehend, because what I am building in your life goes far beyond what you feel right now. I know the questions you whisper in silence, the fear of appearing weak even to yourself, and I know that sometimes you wonder if you will truly make it through everything you're facing, and I tell you with authority, you will not only endure, you will rise marked by the victory I have already written over you. Remember what is written, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, Though he falls, he will not be cast down, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. Psalm 37 verses 23 and 24. I am sustaining you so deeply that even when you believed you were alone, you were being carried in my arms. Nothing that wounded you has the power to stop what I am doing now. Every tear that fell was collected by me, every silent battle was seen by me, every thought meant to break you was confronted by my voice within you. I am rebuilding your inner self, strengthening your identity, expanding your spiritual perception, and removing every barrier that once blocked the flow of my promise. Trust, for what I am doing is far greater than anything you can imagine. Comment, I trust in the strength God gives me every day. My son, I know how often you try to hide from yourself how tired you truly are, as if admitting your exhaustion was a weakness. You put on an armor of strength so you won't worry anyone, but inside you carry a loneliness almost no one sees. But I see it, I feel it, I embrace you. Every night, when the weight of the day rests on your shoulders and you breathe deeply believing you must keep going even with no strength left, I stretch my hand and pour over you a renewal invisible to human eyes but powerful enough to keep you standing. You are not broken, my son, you are being reorganized. The chaos you feel is not destruction, it is construction. I am gathering every piece life has torn from you, and with them I am shaping something stronger, more beautiful, and more aligned with the purpose I designed for you before your first breath. I did not create you to collapse, but to ascend. I did not choose you for your perfection, but for the sincerity of your heart. And even when you doubt yourself, I never doubt you. When you think you've reached the end, I open before you a new beginning that has always been prepared. Comment, I believe God is rebuilding me. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-seated beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It had a profound impact on my life, and we would like to invite you to explore this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you would like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. My son, listen carefully to what I tell you now, for this revelation will change the way you see everything you are living. For I know the plans I have for you, plans of peace and not of evil, to give you the future you hope for. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. I did not bring you this far to abandon you in the middle of the process. Your life is not drifting, it is held securely in my hands. The door I am about to open is so great that it will make you understand why so many others had to remain closed. If you could see, even for a second, the magnitude of what I am preparing, you would fall to your knees in gratitude even without understanding the full picture. I am arranging divine connections, aligning opportunities, removing invisible barriers, and preparing the people who will stand with you in the next season. I honor you because I have seen you remain faithful even while wounded, believing even while tired, and persistent even while exhausted. Do not fear, my son. You are living the prelude of a miracle that will carry your name, a miracle written in heaven long before you faced your first battle. Trust what I am speaking. Nothing that is mine for you will be lost. Comment, I believe in the plans of peace God has for me. My son, I know how deeply you wished for quicker answers, immediate solutions, and instant changes. But listen carefully, the delay was never abandonment, it was protection. If I had given you what you asked for at the exact moment you pleaded for it, it would have harmed what I am healing inside you now. There were moments when I hid you not to punish you, but to preserve you. I silenced you to protect you from impulsive decisions. I slowed your steps so that you would not lose the strength, the clarity, and the growth that the journey itself was giving you. Do not fear the passing of time. Time is not stealing from you, time is shaping you. While you think nothing is happening, I am working in places you cannot see. I am orchestrating divine encounters, interrupting dangerous connections, cleaning spiritual paths, and blocking attacks you never even knew were approaching. When you feel forgotten, that is when I am most attentive. When everything seems still, that is when my movement is greatest. Trust this, delay is not denial, it is preparation for something far greater than what you prayed for. Comment, I rest in God's perfect timing. My son, remember what I have done in the lives of those who walked with me long before you. As it is written, those who sow in tears shall reap with joy. Psalm 126 verse 5. You think your tears were forgotten, but each one watered the seeds I planted in your future. Not a single moment of your suffering will be wasted. What you lost will be restored to you multiplied. What wounded you will become the bridge that lifts others. The silent pain you endured will become a testimony powerful enough to open doors for people who would otherwise remain trapped in their darkness. I have chosen you as a vessel of healing, not because you never suffered, but because I will transform each wound into a source of life. You were marked to overcome, set apart to shine, and prepared to impact lives that will carry fragments of your story as light on their own paths. Your journey will illuminate others. Your endurance will strengthen hearts you will never meet. Your healing will awaken healing in those around you. My son, you are not defined by what hurt you, you are defined by what I am forming inside you. Hold this truth, joy is already growing beneath the soil of your tears. Comment, I believe my tears will produce joy. My son, listen to what I am telling you now with all the love that dwells in me. You are not late, you are not wasting time, and you are not falling behind. You are exactly in the spiritual position where I need you to be so that my glory can be manifested in you. Comparison has always been a heavy burden on your shoulders, but today I break that chain inside your mind. The rhythm of your life will not be dictated by the expectations of others, but by the cadence of my spirit. I am the one who moves you, guides you, and teaches you. Everything that once looked like delay will be recognized as divine care when you look back. You are not alone for even a second of this process. I am your shade in the heat of the day and your light in the silence of the night. You walk under the protection of my presence even when you do not feel it. Trust what I say, you are moving at the exact pace that aligns with your destiny. Nothing is out of place. Nothing is wasted. Every step you take is being watched, blessed, and aligned by me. Comment, I walk in God's perfect rhythm. My son, remember what is written, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Psalm 23 verse 1. You shall not lack because I am with you. You shall not lack because I am your source. You shall not lack because I never allow a child who trusts in me to be put to shame. Even when you look at your financial, emotional, or family situation and feel surrounded on all sides, know this, I am opening paths in the unseen. While you sleep, I am working. While you cry, I am strengthening you. While you wait, I am preparing what only my hands can create. Even now, I am shifting circumstances, removing invisible obstacles, and releasing provision from places you cannot imagine. What is coming will not be ordinary. It will carry the unmistakable mark of my divine intervention. You will know that it did not come from the world, it came directly from me. I am your shepherd, your provider, and your unfailing support. Nothing that belongs to you will be withheld. Nothing that I promised you will arrive late. Comment, the Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. My son, take a deep breath and feel this truth. I am here. My presence surrounds you right now. My peace enters the places where your mind tried to hide from the storm. I place over you a mantle of renewal, courage, and hope. What is coming into your life is not merely an answer, it is transformation, repositioning, and honor. You will witness doors opening, relationships being restored, opportunities emerging, and your soul being strengthened in ways you have never experienced before. You belong to me. You always have. And no matter what the enemy tried to build inside your thoughts, today I declare, a new season begins now. I am lifting you, healing you, and aligning you with everything you were created to carry. This is your moment of spiritual awakening, of internal rebirth, of divine acceleration. You are stepping out of the shadows and into the fullness of what I destined for you. Nothing can stop what I have set in motion. Not fear, not doubt, not your past. The new that is coming is greater than anything you lost, and it will reveal the depth of my love for you. Comment, I receive God's new season in my life. Listen closely, my beloved child, because every word I speak now carries the weight of eternity and the tenderness of a father who has never stopped looking at you with pride. You walk through this world feeling unnoticed by many, but you are never unseen by me. Even when you believe you are insignificant among crowds or forgotten by people who once said they cared, your name shines before my throne with a brilliance greater than the stars I hung in the sky. This season you are living is not a punishment, not abandonment, and certainly not the end. It is a sacred process. Just as a seed must be buried in darkness before it breaks open with life, you too have been placed in hiddenness, not to die, but to transform. You feel the weight of the soil above you, pressure, silence, uncertainty, yet inside your spirit something holy is taking form. Your roots are growing deeper, your strength is being refined, and when the moment I have appointed arrives, the ground that once confined you will split open beneath your feet. You will rise. You will flourish. And all who once doubted you, mocked you, or assumed your story was over will witness what I can do with a life that surrenders even when it does not understand. So stop believing you are unworthy. Stop believing you are less. You are mine, and nothing I call mine is small. Do not compare yourself to others, my child. Comparison steals your joy, blinds your vision, and chains your purpose. Prosperity was never reserved for a select few. My desire has always been to see my children walk in wholeness, peace, and dignity. Prosperity is not measured by numbers in a bank account, it is measured by the health of your soul. It is the calm that rests on your chest when you lie down at night and feel safe. It is the restoration of your home, the rebuilding of your dreams, the laughter returning to the rooms that once echoed with silence. Prosperity is the ability to walk with your head lifted, knowing who you are and who guides you. And I long to give all of this to you, not to feed your pride, but to reveal my nature, to show you that I am the God who takes care of every detail, every breath, every hidden need. Like a soft breeze carrying golden leaves, provision is approaching your home. Unexpected resources, open doors, divine favor, these are already on their way to you. They do not come as luck, but as a reminder that I have never withdrawn my hand from your life. Even when clouds hide the sun, it never stops shining, and even when you cannot see me working, I never stop moving for you. You think I have forgotten you because of the delay, but delays are not denials, they are preparation chambers. Look to Sarah, who waited beyond the limits of human possibility and still saw the promise fulfilled. Look to Hannah, who wept before my altar until heaven responded. Look to David, who wandered through caves, betrayal, and humiliation before stepping into the crown that was always his. And just like them, you are not being punished, you are being polished. What I have prepared for you requires structure, maturity, resilience, and wisdom. I will not place you in a position that your foundation cannot sustain. I will not allow success to crush you. I strengthen you first so that the blessing becomes a testimony, not a burden. I will not leave you midway through your process. I will hold you until the work is complete. You will prosper. You will rise from the pit where others threw you. You will walk out of the discouragement that has tried to suffocate you. You will break through every invisible wall that tried to convince you your future was closed. For today I release a word that shifts destinies. When I speak, creation listens. When I decree, no opposing voice prevails. Darkness can whisper, but my voice thunders louder. You will no longer survive on emotional, spiritual, or financial crumbs. You were created for abundance, and abundance you will see. If you lost people, opportunities, dreams, or seasons that once defined you, do not assume the story has ended. I specialize in new beginnings. I am the God who gathers fragments and shapes them into beauty. What was broken will not simply be restored, it will be transformed. I will not return to you what you lost in the exact form it once had. I will bring something better, greater, and perfectly aligned with who you have become. You are not the same person you were months or years ago. Growth has changed you. Pain has deepened you. Faith has strengthened you. And because you are not who you used to be, what is coming cannot be the same as what was. Even now, as you listen to these words, I am healing the wounds you do not talk about, breaking chains you cannot see, removing arrows that have been lodged in your heart for years, and pouring peace into the spaces that once held fear. This is not just emotion, it is intervention. You believed you could not endure another day, yet here you are, breathing, listening, standing. That alone is proof that I have carried you. Proof that my plan is still alive. Proof that your destiny is still unfolding with purpose, honor, and joy. Take my hand, my child. Hold it firmly. Do not let go. Let me lead you, shape you, lift you. I am not only restoring what was lost, I am elevating you into abundance in every area of your life. And when the fulfillment arrives, and it will, you will look back and understand. You will see why it took time. You will see why I allowed seasons of silence, why I closed certain doors, why some people walked away, why some tears had to fall. Every moment, every waiting room, every unanswered question will make sense. What you thought was the end was only the preparation for a beginning far greater than anything you ever imagined. My plans for you were never small. My dreams for you go beyond what your mind can picture. The testimony I am writing through your life will lift others, heal others, awaken others. Your journey will not be one of shame, it will be one of glory. Not because of your strength, but because of my faithfulness. Not because you were perfect, but because you were willing. Now breathe, my beloved. Let peace settle over you like morning light stretching across the horizon. Doors are opening, Paths are clearing, provision is moving, healing is flowing, and my favor is being poured like oil over your life. Nothing can stop what I have ordained. Nothing can reverse what I have spoken. And nothing can separate you from my love. Walk forward with confidence. Walk forward with hope. Walk forward knowing you are held, chosen, and destined for greatness. For your story is not over. It is just beginning. And it will be beautiful. I found you there, not by accident, not by coincidences, not because you called perfectly, but because even in the silence of your pain I recognized your heartbeat. I saw the tears you never allowed anyone else to see, the nights when exhaustion made you doubt if you would ever rise again, the moments when confusion surrounded you so tightly that it felt like breathing hurt. And right there, in that secret place of collapse, I lifted you. Not gently, not weakly, but with power, with purpose, with a strength that does not tremble. Because what was meant to crush you became the very platform from which I begin to rebuild you. What once seemed like the bottom of a pit is now becoming the foundation of a new life, one shaped not by your fears but by my presence. And as I raise you, I am marking your soul with a truth that will remain: you were never lost to me. Not even for a second. You will look back on everything you have lived through and you will not feel shame anymore. You will feel gratitude, deep, mature, transforming gratitude. Because the wounds you carried, the ones that once felt like punishments, will become the very vessels of your authority. What was intended to be the end of your story will be remembered as the moment heaven intervened. This season, this heavy, confusing, exhausting chapter, is not your final page. It is preparation. The kind of preparation that only happens in the fire, only happens in the crushing, only happens when everything familiar collapses. I am forming something inside you that will not break with the wind, will not bend under pressure, and will not fade with time. Something eternal. Something only I can give. And when you step into the days ahead, you will realize that you are not the same person you were yesterday. Something is shifting in you right now, even if you cannot fully name it. The change is spiritual, not emotional. Eternal, not temporary. And you will be surprised by what I still intend to do through you, because what weighs you down today will one day be the reason you praise me loudly. What drains your strength today will tomorrow be the testimony that strengthens others. The confusion that surrounds you now will soon align so perfectly that you will say, with certainty and awe, it could only have been God. Only I can take chaos and sculpt it into a masterpiece. Only I can take despair and transform it into hope that does not disappoint. Only I can take the pieces of your heart, scattered and fragile, and build a life that pulses with purpose. And the words I speak to you now are not meant to inspire a fleeting emotion, they are meant to awaken your spirit. You have spent too long in a state of numbness, expecting disappointment, rehearsing pain, bracing yourself for the next blow. You waited for the worst because the battles you faced made you believe the worst was inevitable. But I am the God of movement, the God of sudden shifts, the God of breakthroughs that arrive when everything seems unchanged externally. I am shaking your spirit awake. Because the place where you once froze in fear will become the place where you advance with boldness. The ground that absorbed your tears will one day produce your harvest. There will be abundance. There will be joy. There will be honor. There will be peace. I know you are afraid to dream again, afraid to reopen what once bled, afraid to expect something good and be disappointed, afraid to trust again only to feel abandoned. But hear me, when the dream comes from me, disappointment loses all its power. When the promise comes from my heart, time cannot destroy it. Time only polishes it. Therefore, breathe again. Believe again. Allow hope to rise again. You will walk with your head lifted, not in arrogance, but in the confidence of someone who knows they were carried by the hands of a faithful God. You will help others who pass through the very valleys that once swallowed you. And when you speak to them, you will not speak theory. You will speak truth born from your scars, scars that testify not of your failure, but of my healing. Your pain will give you a spiritual authority that no classroom, no book, no sermon could ever give. You were humiliated, yes, but you also met the God who restores dignity. You lost, yes, but you also encountered the God who returns what was taken. You broke, yes, but you also met the God who rebuilds from ashes with precision and beauty. What you are living today will become a story that lifts others from despair. A story that breathes courage into those who feel forgotten. A story that heals hearts that are cracked open just like yours once was. And when you see how many lives will be touched through your transformation, you will understand, even this pain had purpose. Even this chapter had value. Even this valley carried seeds of glory. And you will whisper to your own soul, it was worth it. Somehow, it was worth it. And now I speak a word you must hold, renewal. If you sense renewal rising inside you, even faintly, acknowledge it. Because this renewal is not a feeling, it is a movement. Every small step you take, even the shaky ones, are supported by a grace that strengthens what is fragile. What feels like an internal battle is merely evidence that something old is falling away, making room for what is new. Pay attention to the small signs of hope that appear unexpectedly, whispers of light, brief moments of clarity, sudden reminders that I am near. These signs confirm that change is happening even when progress feels slow. Your story is being rewritten from the ground up. Each day is a new page where faith and perseverance intertwine to build a future full of purpose, a future that could never be built on your strength alone. Right where you are, even if the world sees no visible shift, something profound is moving inside you. Something is breaking. Something is loosening. Something that was trapped is being released. And in its place, something new is rising like dawn after a long night. Because whenever I step into a life, nothing stays the same, not the mind, not the spirit, not the path ahead. What is beginning for you now is a journey of restoration, prosperity, alignment, and divine favor. You will no longer live merely to survive, you will live intentionally, with clarity, peace, and purpose. You will rise with renewed strength, and each morning you will open your eyes with a hope that refuses to abandon you. You are more than the pain you endured, more than the abandonment you experienced, more than the mistakes you regret. You are chosen, sealed, carried, and prepared for a future greater than anything that tried to break you. You do not need to perform miracles to win my approval. I do not ask for perfection, I ask for authenticity. Bring me your heart as it is, cracked, scarred, trembling, confused, or exhausted. I know what to do with a heart that has been shattered. I collect stories the world discards. I breathe beauty into ashes. I turn suffering into wisdom and aimlessness into direction. And right now, I tell you this, your direction is upward. Your path is forward. Your journey is not ending, it is just beginning. The renewal you feel stirring inside you is the sign that heaven is working in the unseen. And soon, what is invisible now will become undeniable. Because I am not merely repairing your life, I am rebuilding it stronger, deeper, and more radiant than before. And every step you take from this moment on will echo a single truth: you were never abandoned. You were being prepared. You have faced obstacles that felt impossible to cross, but nothing that rises against you can outlast what I have spoken over you. There were seasons when you felt deserted, misunderstood, unseen, and you tried to convince yourself that the emptiness meant failure. But in truth, it meant preparation. You were not being reduced, you were being refined. Just like gold must endure fire, you have endured moments that seemed to break you, yet here you are, breathing, listening, still searching for me even when you thought you had no faith left. That alone is proof that I am within you. You keep questioning if you still have purpose, if you still have a future worth hoping for, and I answer you now, your story is not defined by the voices that doubted you, nor by the doors that closed, nor by the wounds that linger. Your story is defined by the promise I placed over your existence, one that cannot be altered by disappointment, fear, or time. You will rise not because you feel strong, but because my strength carries you. Let your heart rest in this truth: you have never disappointed me. You have mistaken exhaustion for weakness, tears for defeat, silence for abandonment. But none of these things have changed how I see you. You are still my child, still chosen, still held. There are wounds in you that no one sees, old ones that ache without warning, fresh ones that sting when you least expect them. You have learned to hide them behind smiles, responsibilities, distractions, but I see every fracture, every bruise left by words that pierce deeper than any blade. And today, I place my hands over what has been hurting you for far too long. I touch the places time could not heal, the places you stopped believing could ever feel whole again. What I restore, no pain can undo. What I speak, no darkness can silence. What I rebuild, no storm can destroy. You thought you were breaking, but you were being reshaped into someone capable of carrying the blessings that are coming, blessings too heavy for the version of you that once lived in fear. You cried thinking everything was falling apart, but things were falling into place. You mourned what left, not realizing that some things had to go so your spirit could finally breathe. You clung to people and situations that drained you, believing their absence meant emptiness, but it meant freedom. And now, as you stand in this moment, weary and unsure, I am preparing to give you what aligns with the strength, character, and wisdom that have been formed inside you. I am sending relationships that build instead of break, opportunities that bless instead of burden, paths that affirm your identity instead of stealing your peace. Every rejection that wounded you is being rewritten as protection. Every ending you feared is becoming the doorway to a beginning that carries my fingerprints. What is ahead of you is not a repeat of what hurt you, it is the unfolding of what I reserved for the version of you that refused to give up even when hope felt like a distant memory. Rest now, truly rest, not by escaping your thoughts, not by pretending you are fine, but by letting your soul breathe in my presence. You do not need all the answers to trust my guidance. You do not need clarity to be safe in my arms. You have exhausted yourself trying to solve battles that were never yours to fight alone. You have tried to control what was meant to be surrendered, tried to understand what was meant to be trusted, tried to carry burdens that were meant to be lifted by me. Peace is not found when everything makes sense. Peace is found when your heart whispers, even if I don't understand, I know who walks with me. And in that surrender, your strength will return. Your mind will steady. Your spirit will stand taller than it ever has. I am the God who works while you rest, who fights while you sleep, who heals while you breathe. Let go of the fear that keeps repeating, "What if it doesn't work?" and cling to the truth that declares, "It will, because I am with you." You are not a burden to me, never have been. You are not too broken, too late, too flawed, or too complicated for me to love or restore. I have watched you give your all even when you felt empty. I have seen you be gentle in moments when you deserved kindness yourself. I have seen you try again and again despite the disappointments, and none of your efforts have gone unnoticed. You carry wounds you've hidden so deeply you no longer recognize how they shape your reactions, your fears, your silence. But today, I am healing what you no longer have the strength to confront alone. I am reaching into memories you've avoided, situations you've replayed 1,000 times, and emotional scars you've learned to walk around instead of through. You do not need to be afraid. Healing may feel uncomfortable at first, but it will not break you. I am not here to expose you. I am here to restore you. I am not here to remind you of your failures. I am here to remind you of your future. Every lie that attached itself to your identity, every "you're not enough," every "you always fail," every "you are the problem," I uproot now with my authority. Those were never my words. Those were never your truth. I created you with intention, with purpose, with a beauty that cannot be dimmed by the opinions of others. You were never meant to carry shame like a second skin. You were never meant to walk with your head bowed under the weight of rejection. You are my creation, my beloved, and nothing about you is a mistake. I am removing the poison of every word that wounded you, every judgment that cut you, every moment that convinced you you were unworthy. And in place of every lie, I speak truth. You are chosen, you are precious, you are mine. I do not regret creating you. I do not reconsider my love for you. I do not see you through the lens of your failures, but through the depth of your potential. Forgive yourself now. Release what you cannot change. Your past is not your sentence, it is your testimony in the making. Walk with me from this moment forward. Not in fear, not in hesitation, but in trust. Your future will not mirror your past. The cycles that have followed you, the cycles of lack, of abandonment, of failure, are breaking under my word. The patterns that imprisoned your spirit are being shattered. The heaviness that wrapped itself around your heart is lifting. You will rise into a season where peace becomes your home, not your visitor. Where abundance becomes your reality, not your dream. Where love feels safe, not fragile. Where hope feels natural, not forced. I am leading you into a chapter where you will breathe freely again, love deeply again, believe boldly again. You will look back and understand that nothing was wasted. Every tear watered the soil of the blessings that are now growing. Every waiting season built the endurance that will carry you. Every silence strengthened the voice you are about to raise in victory. My child, take my hand. I am not done with you. I am just beginning. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.